Thank you for buying this Triton circular saw. Firstly, check over all the components visually. Now remove the cable tie and check the lead. If any items are damaged or missing, return the product to your retailer. Always check that the saw is unplugged from the mains before making any adjustments. To adjust the depth of cut, raise the depth adjustment locking lever. Lift the back of the saw away from the base plate until the blade is at the right depth. Depress the locking lever to lock the saw at the depth required. To adjust the bevel angle, raise the locking lever. Pivot the saw to the required angle from 0 degrees to 45 degrees. Push the locking lever down again to lock the saw in position. Put on all safety equipment required to use this tool. Plug the tool into the mains. Ensuring that the blade is not in contact with the material, depress the lock-off button and squeeze the trigger. Allow the blade to reach full speed. This will take just a few seconds. Then, using both hands, slowly push the saw forward into the workpiece. Use a steady, even pressure. Allow the blade and the saw to do the work. After completing the cut, release the trigger. Allow the blade to come to a complete stop before putting the saw down. When performing freehand cuts following a pencil line, use the 2 sets of sighting notches. Use the left-hand side notch for 45-degree cuts and the notch on the right for 0-degree cuts. Sight along either side of the notch depending on which side of the line you wish to cut. Put on all the safety equipment needed to use this tool and plug the saw into the mains. Rest the front edge of the saw base on the workpiece. Switch on the laser line by pressing the laser sight on-off switch. Start the motor by depressing the lock-off button and squeezing the trigger. Make your cut, keeping the laser beam in line with your pencil line. Ensure the saw is unplugged before fitting the fence. Loosen the parallel fence locking knob located at the front of the base plate. Slide the parallel fence through the fence slots. Set the fence at the required width and secure in position by retightening the fence locking knob. Before making a cut, ensure that the entire length of the fence rests against the workpiece to obtain a consistent parallel cut. You can attach a dust bag or vacuum system to the dust extraction port. Ensure the saw is disconnected from power. Then place the saw on its side on your workbench or a similar surface. Engage the pin wrench in the 2 holes on the outer blade flange and hold tightly to prevent the spindle rotating. Use the hex key supplied to remove the arbor bolt. Turn it in the direction of the blade rotation. Remove the bolt and outer arbor washer. Draw the blade guard all the way back and carefully remove the blade from the spindle. Before mounting the new blade, clean the saw blade flanges thoroughly. Place the new saw blade onto the spindle, ensuring that the direction in which it rotates is the same as the arrow marked on the blade housing. Replace the outer arbor washer and bolt and tighten using the hex key. Check the safety devices are in good working order and turn the blade by hand a few times to check it runs freely. Then run the machine under no load for 30 seconds or so to check it runs smoothly before using it to cut any material. Ensure the tool is switched off and the plug removed from the power point before carrying out any adjustments or maintenance. Keep the air vents clear at all times. Wearing safety glasses, use a soft brush to remove any accumulated dust. Re-lubricate all parts at regular intervals. Inspect the brushes periodically and replace when worn. With the saw disconnected from power, unscrew the brush caps on either side of the motor. Remove the brushes by pulling carefully on the protruding springs. If either of the brushes is worn to less than 6 mm long, replace both of the brushes with genuine Triton spares. These are available from your retailer or from www.toolsparesonline.com.